It's interesting that everyone is so concerned about President Donald Trump colluding with Russia, and they're so concerned about illegal immigration, and they're fighting against President Trump and the border wall. But Russia and other countries have found a back door to the United States. A back door that you really don't hear too many people talking about. Now, I'm going to put this article on the bottom. I'm not going to read this article in its entirety. I just want to bring awareness to you. Now, if you're really concerned about illegal immigration, if you're really concerned about Russia tampering, or better yet, sticking their nose into American business, you would be concerned about this article. You would actually visit my WordPress page and you would read this article in its entirety, because whether or not you believe it, this affects you in one way or another, because your tax dollars are paying for this. And another thing is, it's interesting that you have so many Americans that's so ungrateful to what they have at home. But you have foreigners that see the value and the benefits of America, and they're working overtime, spending big dollars to find or gain a foothold in America and take advantage of the taxpayers' dollars. So President Trump is really not your enemy. He's really trying to help you. But because of the negative propaganda in the media, many so-called Americans are blind. But you see the article, Mother Russia, South Florida sees a boom in birth tourism. Hundreds of pregnant Russian women travel to the United States every year to give birth so that their child can acquire all the privileges of American citizenship. Interesting, huh? And you wonder why the United States have that humongous deficit. See, it's easy to blame Trump, but there's a back door to America. Now, I'm going to only read a couple, maybe a few paragraphs, and then I'm going to put the link on the bottom and you can check it out for yourself. But it reads, every year hundreds of pregnant Russian women travel to the United States to give birth so that their child can acquire all the privileges of American citizens. In other words, that's their way of gaining a foothold in America. Because according to the American law, if their child is born on American soil, their child is naturally a citizen, which means they get citizen rights, and then the parents have a foothold to American benefits. Check this out. They pay anywhere from they pay anywhere from $20,000 to sometimes more than $50,000 to brokers who arrange their travel documents, accommodations, and hospital stays, often in Florida. Now, a lot of these brokers are legal firms that know the law, but yet you really don't hear too many people talking about this. And this could be one of the reasons why a lot of these judges and lawyers are so hard and adamant against Trump, because Trump is messing with their dollars. Trump is tampering or has got his hands in their pockets. And they don't like it. That's the battle with Trump. It says, while the cost is high, their children will be rewarded with opportunities and travel advances not available to their Russian countrymen. The parents themselves may benefit someday as well. See, they are preparing for the future. The future here in America. And Americans are so fixated and have such a strong hate for Trump that no one is paying attention to this backdoor. Now, this is an article that was in the media. But you don't see MSNBC, you don't see CNN or the New York Times actually reporting on this. They're fixated on the hatred of Trump because he's got his hands in their pockets. It says, and the decidedly un-Russian climate in South Florida and the posh treatment they receive in the maternity wards, unlike dismal clinics back home, can ease the financial sting and make the practice seem more like an extended vacation. I'm going to read a little more. The Russians are part of a wave of birth tourists that includes sizable numbers of women from China and Nigeria. President Trump has spoken out against the provisions in the U.S. Constitution that allows birthright citizenship and has vowed to end it, although legal experts are divided on whether he can actually do that. Now, I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to put the link on the bottom, and you can check out this in its entirety for yourself. But Russians have found a foothold. Other nations have found a foothold. Potential terrorists have found a foothold here in the United States. So when we see terrorist acts take place, and then they say these terrorists were American born, they are Americans, they received their gun permits legally, they don't take time out to find out how they came to America. We have so many people now standing up saying that they were immigrants and how their parents traveled here to this country. But yet they're not talking about the number of immigrants that came through the back door. See, we see the same thing happening over in California / Mexico, because you have a lot of Mexican women and other immigrants that their only purpose is to get over that border wall in late-term pregnancy so that they can have a baby on American soil to take advantage of the taxpayers' dollars. Keep in mind, they put nothing in the pot. But yet, by the mere fact that they are coming here, they went through brokers, legal law firms, to get their documentation to travel to this country so that they can have their babies to benefit on the taxpayers' dollars. But yet, no one is talking about that. So I'm going to put the article on the bottom. Feedback, Tell me what you think. Until next time, I'm fearless.